Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 6 between WhiteRa and Stephano from the South by Southwest tournament for $5,000. And I realized that this could very well be the final game because Stephano is on the verge of getting the 5th and final needed victory to close this out and get that first place prize for the show match. So I have to make this the second and final Gamecom Plantronics giveaway for the 3 free $100 headsets. So if you guys watch this entire game and you guys go and register an account on Gamecom Plantronics, then you guys will also get a chance to get another free 3 headsets. All you have to do, like I said before, is click on the link below. It'll lead you to the website. You guys can then post a comment on their news portal after you register an account, and then answer 3 questions related to this replay, similar to the last replay, and then you guys will get a chance to go ahead and get a free headset. That's really cool. So much thanks out there to guys at Gamecom Plantronics. They've been great support so far for this entire event. Also, much thanks out there to IPL throwing this South by Southwest show match. If you guys get a chance, make sure to go ahead and get your tickets for IPL 4 at the Cosmopolitan. The link for that will be down below as well. And finally, if you guys want to go ahead and vote for the caster pair you want to see for the grand finals at IPL 4, make sure to vote. That link will be down below as well. So that's pretty much it. And I'm proud to bring you guys the 6th game here from South by Southwest. Stephano from Millennium is going to be at the top right hand corner. He is the pink, or yeah, I believe that's pink Zerk. He loves the pink Power Rangers. That's his own little theme or motto, I guess. And WhiteRa is going to be the red Protoss. Down in the bottom left, the map is Shakura's Plateau. Historically speaking, this map is very, very even for Zerk versus Protoss. And I've talked about this before, but basically, Zerg can expand very quickly. Protoss have an easy time in the middle of the map because of how choked off it is. Not a vast area to work with for Zerg, so a lot of factors that play well for Zerg, a lot of factors that play well for Protoss. And we do have the pylon coming down from WhiteRa, and that's the first time in this set that I've seen WhiteRa been able to throw down a pylon to block the hatchery. So being very opportunistic is the Protoss player WhiteRa, and that is going to definitely set Stephano's plans through the through a backhold here. And there's a gateway coming up as well. Wow. So WhiteRa here really gonna delay this hatchery from coming up for a very long time, and I'm really surprised that he decided to throw a gateway instead of a cybernetics core. A lot of times Protoss will throw the core up because, oh, he had an opportunity to block the 3rd hatchery too, but he missed it by just a millisecond. But a lot of times Protoss will throw a core up because it builds faster than a gateway and therefore is much more difficult to kill. But either building works out, obviously, and now that the pylon has gone down, we're just waiting, obviously, for WhiteRa to go ahead and cancel the gateway. He's not going to leave the gateway up where there's no power to be received anywhere nearby, and he's going to go ahead and cancel at the very last second so that that 3rd hatchery will have a little bit more delay added on to its build time, and there it is, canceled for 113 minerals. And the gateway will finally come up. WhiteRa even sneaking in with the probe. I thought he was going to go ahead and try to get another building up there, but no, he's just going to get in here and get a full scout. And the reason for that scout right there is just to check for the gas. Because if you see 2 gases up when you send that probe inside at this point in the game, you know that Stephano has transitioned and is probably going to attack you with a huge attack. You know, if you lose your hatchery, your natural like that, and get delayed for that long, a lot of times Zerg players will be forced to go into some type of huge aggressive role. And so that probe is a priceless scout. WhiteRa gets it inside, and now WhiteRa can go ahead and decide what play strategy he wants to go for next. He does have 2 gases, and he's starting to mine up quite a bit of it. Cybernetics core is now down, has accumulated 200 gas total, and we'll see if he decides to go ahead and go for some type of quick gas play. Last game he went for the double Stargate, and that transformed into one of the most epic ZVP matches I have ever seen. We had Phoenixes coming out using the upgrade for the increased range. We had several different playstyles being used there with the carriers, the mothership, the Zerg player Stephano going for the first time I have ever seen in my casting career a quick +1/+1 Spire upgrade all the way into 3-3. So that was an extremely fun game to watch. And it looks like WhiteRa is going to go for the double Stargate again. So WhiteRa is going to go for the airplay one more time here. And this time he's going to rush the +1 upgrades off the Cybernetics core. So this is once again going to force a very interesting game at hand, and I wonder, oh no, Stephano is not going for the quick Spire play this time. He's going for a Roach Warren and Evo Chamber, so he's not going to have Mutas out like he did on Tal'Darim Altar in the last game. That means that his anti-air is going to be limited, and we have a fast Fleet Beacon once again. So WhiteRa is going to go for the quick Phoenix upgrades, I would imagine. I mean, obviously, he's not going to go for a quick Mothership off of 2 bases. That's very unlikely. He's going to go for the quick plus, possibly +2 air weapons Phoenix upgrade here. This is such an interesting playstyle. Fleet Beacon is on the way, and we're going to have another air-to-air dogfight here between the Zerg and the Protoss. WhiteRa has got to win this game. Everything's on the line here if he loses. Stephano basically gets the $5,000 prize. Now, of course, I do reiterate, Stephano is the overwhelming favorite in this series. He's got 72% win rate total. He is an absolute phenom in Zerg versus Protoss. One of the best foreign Zerg players in the world, if not the best. So WhiteRa certainly has his work cut out for him. Now he's actually making carriers! So I thought he was going to go for Phoenixes, like mass Phoenixes with the Fleet Beacon upgrade, but he's actually going to go for fast carriers with the Graviton Catapult upgrade. What in the world is going on? I had never seen this strategy employed before. Now, of course, he tried to go for carriers last game, but that was after he went for the Anion Pulse Crystals and the Phoenixes. This time around, switching things up considerably and going for the quick carrier. Now, this can be so hard countered by a mass army of Corruptors that you really need to have a Mothership out as well to vortex the Corruptors and keep them away from your carriers. And it looks like Stephano is gearing up to make some type of attack on the ground here, and the carriers aren't out yet. Actually, there's really nothing at the front door for WhiteRa. WhiteRa's got a Zealot and a Stalker and a couple of Photon Cannons on the way. So right now he's extremely vulnerable to an attack. He's got to keep these carriers hidden and safe. He's actually moving out with them right now. Wow, WhiteRa is such the entertainer. And obviously this isn't just being done for entertainment's sake. He's doing this because he thinks he can win with it. Otherwise, why would he even try? And he's going to surprise his opponent with mass carriers. And I think it was revealed by the Zergling at the Xel'Naga Tower. So now we have a billion Spore Crawlers on the way. But will it be up in time? The Interceptors are coming out right now. And the Spore Crawlers are ready to go, but these carriers could actually kill off the Spore Crawlers. It's very important for WhiteRa to keep his carriers away from the Spores range, though, because otherwise the mother of the Interceptors, the carriers, could go down. So WhiteRa now moving around the left side, continuing to keep the carrier Interceptor production up. He's bringing in a Void Ray as well, so yeah, it's total air fleet madness here. It's Fleet Week here in Houston, Texas. And WhiteRa is going to, not Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, excuse me. Now WhiteRa is going to go ahead and go in with his carriers and his Void Rays, and he's going to attack the Zerg Natural with this inbound air attack. It's a Bombardier here, and bombs away, says WhiteRa, but Stephano has significant air defense. He's bringing his Spore Crawlers onto the creep, off the creep actually, as they are very slow off creep, and gonna go ahead and reinforce the natural position. But hey man, look at how many drones Stephano had to waste in the Spore Crawlers, and the Spore Crawlers cost money as well. So at the end of the day, I almost feel like WhiteRa's ploy has kind of traded off evenly, because look at how many drones had to be sacrificed for this. I'm clicking and shift clicking all the spores right now, and he's building more as well. So that advantage that Zergs usually have, which is mass drones, mass economy, is all being funneled away into huge amounts of anti-air defense. It's almost like Stephano just overreacted to the carriers, and I fear to say overreaction, because honestly, if he didn't make that many spores, he would probably lose the game right now. But damn it if you will, because WhiteRa's strategy, I think, has paid off, and now he's going to go ahead and expand to the third. So I think really WhiteRa has definitely been able to pull off this strategy successfully, but where does he go from here? Because there are 2 Spires on the way. Very soon WhiteRa is going to have to face off against Mutalisks, and that can shut down the Void Rays and the carriers very, very quickly. So I would imagine WhiteRa wants to get a Mothership out, and he's making a Mothership right now. He should probably get some Phoenixes out to boot as well, but he's actually going to go ahead and attack into the Spore Crawlers here. And this is a big play, big plays. I don't know if it's worth to attack into the Spores, because so many Spore Crawlers are here, and he's losing a ton of his Interceptors, which can be replaced, but he's lost some Avoid Ray as well. Also bringing in some Zealots on the ground. That attack did not work out for WhiteRa. A huge commitment of resources to try to take down the third, but there are so many Spore Crawlers that it's damn near impossible for WhiteRa to break into that area. He's going to try to go for the fleshy, vulnerable backside, the underbelly of the Zerg third, where the Spore Crawlers cannot protect. And now the Void Rays can range against that hatchery. And WhiteRa should probably go ahead and go for the hatchery. He's starting to charge up his Void Rays on it. And the Spore Crawlers are not in range of the Void Rays, but now the Corruptors have come out, and immediately with the Corruptors arriving, WhiteRa has to pull back. He cannot hope to fight this area off, but the Corruptors are so fast that WhiteRa has to hold his ground. Now, Carriers aren't half bad against Corruptors, but I don't think this is going to work out at all, and I think Stephano is going to shut down the Carrier play. And there it goes. Carrier number 1 has gone down. Carrier number 2 is under attack. And WhiteRa now beginning to pull away, but it's not going to work out for him because Corruptors are faster than Carriers. And unfortunately for WhiteRa, he should have waited, I think. He should have waited for the Mothership, because the Mothership could have vortexed all the Corruptors away and then guaranteed the kill on the third hatch. But as it stands, Stephano's hatchery now just dangling at 400 HP like a carrot in front of WhiteRa's face. WhiteRa wants it, but he can't get it. And now continuing to build up a carrier fleet is WhiteRa, so he's not giving up with the air strategy. It's 116 to supply, under 132, so WhiteRa is not out of the game by any means. He also has that deadly Mothership on the field, does not have enough energy for a recall or a vortex yet. It will need 100 energy to do so, and that will take another 30 seconds or so, but not if Stephano goes in and attacks the Mothership first. The Mothership is going down. This could be a huge loss for WhiteRa, and WhiteRa's capital ship. All the investment, all the time, everything he put into that build order just got flushed down the toilet like his Archon toilet bowl built. Gets shut down, and the Mothership has hit the ground in shattered pieces. Stephano is in a huge lead in this game now. But the one thing, though, is that he made so many Corruptors that I fear his ground army is not going to be up to snuff. And all of a sudden, WhiteRa coming in with some Stalkers, some Void Rays, and a Carrier could do some work here, but the Zerglings have arrived, and he's got to force these Zerglings away from his army. He doesn't have enough zealots to deal with the Zerglings. Stephano is getting a full surround here with all those Zerglings, and he's doing a buttload of damage. He's going to kill off the Stalkers and the Zealots. It looks like no! WhiteRa is going to make a hold with the Stalkers and Zealots on the ground. Unbelievable hold, but now there's too many Corruptors and not enough ground-to-air units. So Stephano is going to break this area and hold it down for security's sake, and he's going to keep that third hatchery, or I should say actually fifth or sixth hatchery, alive. So it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base Zerg to a 1, 2, 3 base Protoss. WhiteRa is desperately looking to win this game, but things have not fallen in his favor despite the very creative play, despite the special tactics coming out, and he's really saved the ace play for the end. I just don't know, man. He's looking very, very bad in this game. Now, remember, guys, this is the Gamecom Plantronics Epic Replay. If you guys watched Game 5 and this game, Game 6, you guys have a chance to win one of 6 headsets. Make sure to go to GameComPlantronics.com, register an account, post on their portal, and answer 3 questions. You guys can follow the link in the video, in the description section below this video. And getting back to this game, WhiteRa is attacking, a desperate attack to be sure. And it's not going to be enough to really dent the Zerg army. Stephano all of a sudden is starting to muster up that impossible to deal with the Zerg army off of 6 bases, off of 96 drones. His economy is absolutely booming right now, and WhiteRa has one last shot to win this game. And to continue this series, he's got to mount the comeback now. He's got one last shot. He's going to build up a huge Void Ray fleet, and that really is the unit that I think is going to work out best for him. He's going to have to get a ton of Void Rays. He can't hope to switch to Colossus, so it's going to have to be Void Ray, Zealots, and a Mothership. And it's going to be one last attack for WhiteRa, one last shot to win this game. Can he do it or not? There are spores and spinings being placed at strategic positions for Stephano, covering the top expansion, covering the middle, and now beginning to cover the bleeding hatchery to the south. So Stephano is really covering all locations here, making it extremely difficult for WhiteRa to mount any type of comeback. But WhiteRa has really kind of dug himself into this hole where he's got to do it. And we're about to see what will happen. 10 more Corruptors on the way for Stephano, so he's going to really bolster his army with plenty of anti-air, got tons of Spore Crawlers on the ground. I wonder how many Spore Crawlers Stephano has total, man. I'm just going to click all these spores real quick just to get a good bead for you guys. And whoa, he's got a lot of spores. A lot of spores. That's about 20 drones or so that have sacrificed themselves for the greater good and made themselves into Spore Crawlers. So yeah, you guys know that Stephano is serious about winning this game. There we just had the mothership coming out. And yeah, it's going to be WhiteRa's one shot here. He's got to get one big toilet bowl maneuver. And thankfully for him, he does have a Templar Archive on the ground, so he's making Archons right now. He's starting to lag my computer. The Corruptors are coming in right now. They are going to attack the mothership. The mothership goes down for the second time today. And WhiteRa is going to get out with murder committed. Absolute murder right there. Comes in, hit and run tactics, gets the Corruptors out. And I don't know what WhiteRa can do right now because he was trying to save up enough energy on that mothership to get a Vortex down, but every time he gets a mothership out, it gets killed off by that Corruptor hit squad. So I just, gosh, I don't know. Now, granted, I still don't think WhiteRa's out of the game because he's almost maxed his army supply. He's on 161. He's only down by 40. So if he could just hold on for another minute, get a mothership out, and get his army in position, get some Archons out on the field as well, which right now he is somewhat gas-starved, so it's going to be hard for him to do so. He should get another Nexus up, but if he can get some more Archons out, get a beautiful toilet bowl maneuver like in game 1 of this set, he has a shot. There are some Roaches making their way to the back of the Protoss base, and it looks like there's plenty of AR units here, and plenty of Zealots as well. Those Roaches never saw the light of day, and everything hitting the floor right there. Now look at that production tab. It is going wild right now. +3/+3 flyer, air and weapons, adrenal glands, ground weapons level 2, ground armor level 2. We have Protoss ground weapons level 2, a new mothership coming to replace the fallen ones, even Psionic Storm on the way as well. So WhiteRa making a fruitless attack here. I don't see any way I was going to break through this, and I think he just sacrificed a huge chunk of his ground army for no apparent reason. I don't know what WhiteRa was thinking right there. And it looks like everything will just get chain bungled down, and these Zealots are moments away from their death. Oh man, I don't know why WhiteRa attacked here. Maybe he just felt pressured into making a play, but I think that was a bit of an overextension on his part, and everything will get cleaned up very, very easily. The hatchery never in danger of dying. There is a new mothership out. He's got to pull it away from those Corruptors. The Corruptor hit squad is on the field right now. The Hitman squad is ready to go and blow a mothership apart. And WhiteRa knows that. He's got to keep his mothership tucked away and hidden and safe. If he can get up to 100 energy, then the mothership can fend for herself and vortex that Corruptor squad away. But that's a big if. It's still 30 energy away from a vortex. That's a lot of time. WhiteRa now beginning to near his peak. He's almost maxed out at 170, under 200. Stephano, I feel like giving WhiteRa a chance to max out and make a fight of this, unbelievably so. But then again, when you look at Stephano's ground defense matrix, look at it, man. It's almost impenetrable. This is the garrison fort here, and I don't know. I don't really know how WhiteRa is going to be able to break that. Now here comes a Corruptor hit squad again. The mothership is in danger. It does not have enough energy for a Vortex. It's 5 energy away, and it goes down before it can get a Vortex out. Another heartbreaking loss for WhiteRa. Oh my goodness, it was 5 energy away, and WhiteRa loses yet another mothership. He's got to rebuild it again. And Stephano just buying time to get more spores out, more spines, more upgrades, more Corruptors, and finally we have a Greater Spire on the way. I was surprised he didn't make that Greater Spire sooner, so we're going to have some Brute Lords coming out pretty soon here. But good grief. If you actually look at the army of Stephano, he's just got Infestors and Corruptors. There is no actual unit that does damage. In fact, he's going to try to Neuroparasite Stephano's army here, or WhiteRa's army here. He's Neuroparasited all the Archons. Now the Storm's coming down, but these Archons doing a lot of friendly fire damage as they were Neuroparasited, now reverting back control, and Stephano has to fall back. But what a weird composition from Stephano. He has no actual unit that does damage to the ground, except if you consider the Infested Terrans a unit, because of course they have to come out of the Infestor. So all of his supply here invested into Corruptors and Infestors, so he actually cannot really mount an offensive. He just has to sit back and wait for Brute Lord technology to finish up, and he's about to finish that up momentarily. So it's such an intriguing game here, and when you watch the best of the best of the best play, sir, you really do see some very, very interesting strategies. WhiteRa is about to finish up the 4th mothership of this game. It is now about to be out. There it is. He's got to keep it back and safe. Keep it back, WhiteRa. You've got 50 seconds to get enough energy to get a Vortex, and that's all you need. That's all WhiteRa needs in order to hold off this Zerg army. The 9 Brute Lords are on the way right now, and Stephano, once he finishes those Brute Lords, he will make an attack because he finally has the ability to make an offensive strike. And he's even bringing in, oh my god, he's uprooted all of his ground units, ground defense matrix units, and he's going to make an offensive position here in the middle of the map with all of his spines and spores. There's a beautiful storm though. That is going to really hurt Stephano. Stephano has to pull back, losing a lot of HP on his Corruptors, but of course WhiteRa right now is at a disadvantage. He's got to wait 15 more seconds for the Vortex. He has plenty of Archons on the ground. If he can get one magical play in here, that's all he needs to win this game. Got to keep the Mothership in the bag. It's 8 energy away from a Vortex. The Spores and Spines are all in position here, and it looks like WhiteRa may have to sacrifice his Nexus. I don't know how WhiteRa can hold this off. Now the Vortex is ready to go. And WhiteRa bringing it inside just a little bit close. Stephano now has bringing his Corruptors. He's got to kill off the Mothership. My computer is beginning to lag. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. WhiteRa is going to lose his Mothership. He did not get a Vortex down. Unfortunate for WhiteRa, because if he Vortexed there, that was the only thing he could hit was the Corruptors and would have hit his army as well. So that was a bit unfortunate for WhiteRa. Did not get in a good position, and now Stephano beginning to unleash havoc with his Infested Terrans, his Brute Lords, even firing off some Neural Parasites earlier. And WhiteRa has to pull back with his carriers, but the Nexus, that means, will have to go down and will have to be sacrificed to even have a squadron of Infested Terrans on the plateau. Oh my god, this game is beyond epic, but the problem here is even if WhiteRa holds on, which WhiteRa is doing a spectacular job of holding on, I do commend him for that. How in the hell is he going to make an attack into this many Spines and Spores? I don't think he can. And Stephano knows that. Stephano just has to keep sending the Crawlers closer and closer and closer. And eventually here he's just going to stranglehold WhiteRa into submission. And WhiteRa, that carrier getting a little bit too close to the enemy units, and it's going to go down almost instantly. There is a new Mothership on the way. The Archon's doing some good work down below, but there is some storm coming out as well. But WhiteRa is losing all of his carriers. Nice micro by Stephano, sending them in. He will pick off all 4 carriers, and WhiteRa's ground army is decimated down below. That has got to be it. I don't think WhiteRa can win this game at this point. And there is a GG. Well played. Congratulations. $5,000 first place prize going to Stephano. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to one of the most amazing ZVPs I've seen in a very long time. Basically saw every unit on the potential tech trees for both sides being played on the field in this best of 9. And the final score, 5-1 for Stephano. Stephano exerting his dominance. And if you guys could excuse, please take this opportunity to go ahead and I'll remind you guys to go ahead and win a free headset. You guys can click on the link down below, and that will give you an opportunity. If you can answer the 3 questions on this replay that Gamecom Plantronics posts, and also post a comment on their website after registering an account, you guys will be entered into a raffle to win one of 3 $100 headsets. Also, the last game giving away 3 headsets, so 6 total. You guys should also go ahead and get your tickets for IPL 4 at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, Nevada. I will be there casting with Pain User live. I'm so excited for that day. It's coming up in a couple of weeks, so make sure to get on it. And last but not least, if you guys get a chance, please vote for your favorite caster duo for the grand finals. I hope it's me and Pain User, but if it isn't, vote anyways. It helps the community out and it promotes the event, so that link will be down below in the video as well. And I'll probably make a new video just for IPL 4 and for the voting in the very near future. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast. What a spectacular set of games by Stephano and WhiteRa. And you know what, guys? Time for me to say it. This is HD signing out.